Welcome to the town I grew up in, Yazoo City, Mississippi.
Missing home, not sure where it is. All I know is it's not here.
We're in town for Thanksgiving and I just couldn't help it. This episode won't be very music related at all, but it's also the start of my musical journey growing up in this monstrosity behind me. See, this is the house where I grew up. My bedroom was right up there. Our piano room was right there. Used to climb that tree a lot. It's a small town in Mississippi. And my dad was a small town doctor. Like every sports team I was ever on, he delivered at least one kid on my team. Like that was just the kind of small town vibe we were in. And yeah, we were able to buy a big old honking house. And that's where I grew up. My family doesn't live in that house anymore. My parents, they moved out kind of in the country after I got married. The thing about a small town is you don't realize it's a small town until you leave it. Now when I come back, I love this city, but it feels so tiny compared to other places I've lived, now being Nashville. But there's a special place in my little old heart for this place. So if nothing else than to do this for myself so I can look back on this video and remember this fun little town, this episode's all about where I'm from.
Mississippi, it's been so long. The boy you raised has moved away from Tennessee. I'm so sorry, but that girl you raised, I've taken away from. This apartment isn't.
This is the church I went to. Sang in the choir, sang in a lot of weddings in that sucker. My sister got married in that church. This is the Triangle Cultural Center. It's called the Triangle because this block is actually shaped like a triangle. It's been many things over the years, but when I was in school, we used it. They have a nice theater, and we actually did all of our school plays here. So I played the lead in, I was Curly in Calamity Jane. I was Albert Peterson in Bye Bye Birdie. Played a fat guy in Robin Hood. This is where I went to elementary school, except they extended it to 7th grade just for me. That's where I went to high school. 8th grade through senior year. I love this town, but sadly, small towns just aren't what they used to be. What used to be a thriving, bustling community is now a place just struggling to survive. Yazoo City hasn't changed, but the world has changed around it. It reminds me of the music industry, which is vastly different than it was even a few decades ago. The world has changed, and if you want to survive and even thrive, you got to change with it. Sure, it's sad. I get sad every time I visit Yazoo. But behind the change that brings sadness is an opportunity. If you need to mourn the good old days, then go ahead, mourn the good old days. But then take a look at the changing world around you and find a way to contribute. Find a way to be valuable. That's the lesson of the day. Oh look, there's a deer.
This apartment isn't, this town isn't, these streets are not my home. I'm looking for a place to call. You are my home. This apartment isn't, this town isn't, these streets are not my home. I'm looking for a place to call. You are